Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand and welcome to your Manchester United versus Sunderland Premier League preview. And before we get into the predicted lineup and some big comments coming out from Ben Jacobs, of course, about Bruno not being happy in the midfield and the leadership team and a few other things, let's just start off with this. This is the league table. Sunderland in 5th place on 11 points. Manchester United in 14th place with 7 points. Even a win won't put us above Sunderland. I mean, if things went well, we could move into the top half of the table with a win after what would be, 7 games. It's a horrific start to the season, and I think that is the context of why this is a must-win. This is a context of why, even with a win, I don't think everything gets better. A win, and then you come back, you play Liverpool, you play Brighton, we've got some difficult games, Forest away, Spurs. There's some tough games coming for United that even a win against Sunderland won't stop the movement that, everything isn't great at United. And that is why, I think for me, this is what I want to see on Saturday afternoon. That is the team I demand. As a Manchester United fan, it is my right to demand a team I can get behind and feel that even if bad results happen, we're moving in the right direction. Now, I may as well... Oh, what's that? A pig flying past my window? Yeah, there's more chance of that than me seeing that. But that is not too much to ask. It really isn't. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think it's Sunderland at home. It's Sunderland at home. So many dads and mums are taking their kids to this game on Saturday as their first Man United game. They looked at it in the summer when the fixtures went out and went, this is the game I'm taking them to preserve their memory, their first memory of Man United at Old Trafford, a home win. This is the game that everybody has picked. And you know what? It's not as easy as it looks. It really isn't. But I think that if he goes with a team like this, then I don't think there's a United fan out there that wouldn't go, give him a little bit more time. The back three, De Ligt's got to be central. Yoro should be playing anyway. And Heaven, all right, Luke Shaw might be a little bit better, but it's Sunderland at home. He's quicker than Luke Shaw. It's the future. Obviously, I understand Delow's got to play on the right, although you could play Ahmad if he's ready to go. I do consider Ahmad better. Dorgu would play on the left. In the midfield, Bruno Fernandes doesn't even want to play in the midfield, according to Ben Jacobs. Bruno Fernandes is backing the manager, but he doesn't want to play in a deeper role. And I just want to say this, as I go a little bit high-pitched. I have said this all along. It may not be Bruno Fernandes' fault that he's playing in the midfield. Now, I have got no guilt in saying he's rubbish in the midfield. He's terrible in the midfield. How did he win September Player of the Month, by the way? I mean, that is a joke. I don't take much notice of these things, but I saw it on my timeline yesterday afternoon. Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United's Player of the Month for September. Who votes for this? What is this? I mean, what's going on at this football club? I know it's not that deep, but Bruno Fernandes cannot be Player of the Month for September. We played Man City in September where he let Foden go. He missed the bloody penalty last week. How can he be the Player of the Month? De Ligt's actually been good. I mean, and this is the joke of this football club. It's so PR driven. It's such propaganda. It's so business. Or he's been rubbish this month. Rubbish. How can he be Player of the Month? He's playing out of position. Everybody says he's crap as a midfielder, and yet they've given him Player of the Month. Make it make sense. Anyway, he doesn't want to play in the midfield. We all know he shouldn't play in the midfield. He's not very good in the midfield. Don't play him in the bloody midfield. Don't play him in the midfield. Don't whack a square peg into a round hole. Play Mainu and Agate. It's Sunderland. It's bloody Sunderland at home. If we can't do that, when can we do it? And that's why I forgot about Lamens. Put bloody Lamens in goal. Don't rock up to Old Trafford on Saturday afternoon with Binder in goal, Maguire and Shaw in the back, Bruno in the midfield. Come on. Now's your chance. You've lost the fans. You've lost the fans. He has lost the fans. I mean, I don't think we want him to be sacked. I don't think people are saying Amorim out, but he's lost the trust of the fans. 100%. 100% he's lost the trust of the fans. Nobody likes his bloody team selections. You get in the comments and say, well, don't speak for yourself. He hasn't lost my trust. So basically, if I'm sat there in front of you and you're saying to me, he's not lost my trust, Mark, and I say to you, you like Bruno in the midfield, do you? You like Binder in the goal, do you? Do you like Maguire as the last man centre-back, do you? You go, no. Well, don't talk to me about trusting him then, because you don't believe in them flawed decisions. Of course you don't. And the front three picks itself. It's got to be Cunha and Burmo and Sesko because there is bloody signings. So effectively, this will never happen. This will never happen. This will never, ever, ever happen, because to put that team out and give the fans a bit of excitement and a bit of something to get behind. Considering Mainu's young, Yoro's young, Heaven's young, Dorgu's young, Lemens is young, that's a team to build a future with. That's literally the project that Man United fans want. There's experience there with Cunha and Mbeumo. There's experience there with the likes of De Ligt and Dalot. This is what, this is what we want to build. Don't go and play shit with a bunch of bloody past it leadership team prats. Go for it. Actually go for what you're meant to be doing. You're meant to be building a bloody future at the club. Go and bloody build it. Stop using Ten Hag's failures in your bloody leadership team. It's not your leadership team. They're not your leadership team. They're Ten Hag's leadership team. Why are you using Ten Hag's leadership team? Why are you using players that got Ten Hag the sack in a system they'd rather play over you? They don't even want to play a 3-4-3. They want to play a 4-3-3. And they sacked the guy who did it. They're Ten Hag's leadership team. Why the bloody hell are you using them? Use your own bloody team. Start with this team. Let's go out there and start something. Because I'll tell you what, mate. You are in the last chance saloon. There is no more chances. And even if you beat Sunderland with Bruno in the midfield, etc., that won't buy you time. It won't. If you think... I've lost my pen. If you think that the team that you picked against Brentford, picking it again, is a good idea, who are you as a manager? Where's the accountability? You know what I've not heard this week? I haven't heard it at all this week. When you put in a shit performance, you get dropped. That's what used to happen. You embarrass Man United in a Man United shirt, you don't play next week. So how many heads are going to roll this week? That team epitomises people being dropped because they were shit last week. Heaven comes in for Shaw, De Ligt moves centrally, Yoro comes in for Maguire. Mainu comes in for Bruno. Lemens comes in for Bienda. They are changes for people that played, correct me if I'm wrong, crap last week. Those 4 changes should happen. What's the justification for it not happening? So if we beat Sunderland with the team from last week, I'm sorry, doesn't work for me, mate. That's just another stopgap. They'll let you down again. You've got to start building something new. You've got to start building a future. Start building something new. Please start building something new. Because if you don't, you're going to become something old. You're going to become something past it. And those players that you relied on, you'll be going, what if, what if, what if? Look, we heard what Ben Jacobs said about Oliver Glasner, didn't we? And he will take the Man United job. So, look, you've got to start turning things around. I think that's a great opportunity. Let me know what you would do. Let me know what you think Amorim would do. Of course, in the context of the game itself, it's a dangerous game. Beth said to me, can you do your combined 11 for Sunderland against Manchester United? I said no. Not in a rude way. I said I followed it up. I didn't just say no. Imagine that, no. I said, no, I can't because I haven't watched Sunderland. I put my hands up. I watch a lot of football. I have a lot of opinions. But when I haven't watched it, I'm not going to pretend. I haven't watched Sunderland play for 90 minutes. I've seen the highlights. This is going to be the first time I watch them. So I'm sort of going into it a little bit blind. From what I've seen of them, I wouldn't say they're pressing kings. I wouldn't say that they are passing kings. I wouldn't say that they're super tight at the back. I had a little bit look, and apparently they're the most wasteful team in the Premier League. They've got the lowest conversion rate or something like that, whereas apparently, we statistically, we're quite good. Although, if you want to talk about stats, they've got the second youngest team in the Premier League, which I think is a very, very impressive thing to do, isn't it? Only Chelsea are younger than them across their whole squad. So, second youngest team in the league, Sunderland in 4th place. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. But talking about stats, actually, I don't know what you think about this. I do want to just bring this in because I don't think we feed Cunha. And when you look at that team next to me, if you put Agate and Mainu behind Cunha and Mbeumo, they're going to give the ball into the feet of them. I think this is really, really important. I saw a stat that Manchester United are second only to Wolves for long balls this season. Now, what do you think about that? Some people think it's not that deep. I had people on X going, it's not that deep. I'm like, what are you talking about, you mug? Like, Man City and Liverpool are bottom of the league for long balls. Man United are second top. What does that say? It says we like to hit a lot of long balls. You know, who likes to hit a lot of long balls in that Man United squad? I know all of them. And not many of them are in that starting lineup. They love a long diagonal. So we love to hit long balls. Do you think Cunha, when we bought Cunha, did you think we must supply him with long balls over his head? You know, same with Mbermo. I mean, okay, you might break away sometimes and a long ball to Mbermo's not bad, but they're both players that get assists and goals. They're players that want the ball into their feet. They don't want long balls. I mean, look, you can play a ball in front of somebody. You know, I can have the ball, Cunha can be there, and I can knock it 20 yards in front of them. It's not necessarily a long ball, is it? So I don't think that's a good stat, and it's quite a surprising one. I mean, I'm not surprised by the XG or the number of shots we've had, etc. You know, we're high on that. But the number of long balls, being second in the league for that, I'm sort of like, I don't like that. I don't like it when Man City and Liverpool have got the lowest number of long balls in the team and we've got the second highest. Because I just think it means we are, you know, we're drifting back to what we were under Ollie. You know, counter-attack FC. The system's never going to work if we're hitting long balls. So I personally, I don't like it. But let me know your thoughts on that. How do I think the game's going to pan out? Mate, seriously, if someone in the chat can tell us how this game's going to run out, I'm here to read it. I mean, I really don't know. I really don't know. This could be anything, and I'd argue it. Man United could win this game 2-0. You know, bounce back from last week. Defend well, play well as a team, end of the game, everyone goes, that's fine. I tell you what, I'll be angry. I'll be happy, but I'll be angry. Because I'll go, I don't trust you though. Oh, you beat Sunderland 2-0, you've turned up this week. I'd go, I don't bloody trust you because Brentford was last week, lads. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this. You'll turn up one week, you won't turn up the next. It will annoy me if they turn up, but I want the win. I want the win. So we could win 2-0 and play well. We could scrap it. We could get a lucky penalty. They could get a red card. You know, that could happen. It's Old Trafford. We could draw this game. You know, we could come from behind. They could come from behind. It could be a 0-0. And we could definitely lose it. I mean, that is Manchester United. We just don't know what we're going to get. Forest, sponsored by Forrest Gump's box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And I don't know what we're going to get. I don't have a hunch. I normally do. I do not have a hunch. I thought last week we would win comfortably 3-1. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what team he's going to pick. My feeling is he'll play Maguire and Shaw with the Litz. He'll put Bruno in the midfield. He'll play Bienda and we'll win 2-0. That's what I'm going to go with. I think we'll produce a performance where everybody goes, how are they doing that this week and they didn't do it last week? What worries me about Sunderland is they've got nothing to fear. And Old Trafford's a lovely place to play when you don't fear the opposition. I don't know, and also I don't know enough about Sunderland. I think that's the big thing. I don't know enough about how they play. I don't know. I feel like Sunderland won't score many goals, so maybe that plays into our hand because we do create chance. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win, and I know. Look. I'll ask the question, are any of you actually in that place where you're like, if somebody says to me, we lose this game and Amorim's gone, I'd take the loss? Because I've heard a few people are. I'm not going to judge you on that. I don't think I'd ever do it. Well, I think I would actually. I think if Southgate was in charge and, you know, Ancelotti's waiting to take the job, but you've got to lose this game, I probably would be very tempted to say, I'll take the loss, short-term pain for long-term gain. But I'm not going to judge anybody who is because... to be honest with you, if he loses to Sunderland, would he be sacked over the international break? Maybe not. Maybe not. But Liverpool's coming after that. And, you know, he'd be staring into... how many losses have we got? 3. This would be loss 4. Liverpool could be loss 5. Yeah, I think he'd be well on the road to it. But I'm still sat here in front of you. I mean, I want Man United to win on Saturday, but I'm sat here in front of you going, I'm just, you know, you have a game, you have a bad result, you have a good result. You talk about the result, you listen to all the other news. But where I am with United at the moment is every time a game is on the horizon, I start to get irritated. I mean, that team would not irritate me. With that team, I'd be like, come on, let's go. But he ain't going to pick that team. He's going to pick a team with players in it that's going to irritate me in positions that irritate me. And it's not a way to function, and I think that's where I am now. I know it might be a little bit vague, but I'm basically in the situation where when I look at United and he picks the team I don't want him to pick with players in positions I don't want them to be in, I become irritated, and then I feel like, well, that's no way to be. If I'm irritated every week by things he's doing, that's no way to be, is it? Now, the next manager might come in and do the same thing, though. I take that on board. But he has to offer a vision. I said this before. At some point, even if he beats Sunderland with his bloody leadership team, and what was it Ben Jacobs said about the leadership team? They're still backing him. Of course they're bloody backing him. They're the privileged few. Our leadership team shouldn't, nobody in our leadership team should even be starting, in my opinion. So, of course, they bloody back the manager. But even if he starts to get results, that team he picked last week against Brentford is got loads of holes in it. So at some point, he's got to start picking the players like the Mainus and the Lemens and the Yoros. You know, at some point, he's got to start going with them because that's your future, mate. So when are you going to do it? I just think when you're staring down the barrel, don't have any regrets. Like, this could be your last tech game in charge. Why keep back your future plans? I don't understand why you do that. What if this is going to be your last game in charge? Why not show everybody your vision? Because if you lose and you didn't show us your vision, you'll never show it. I just think it's so obvious. But maybe that's not his vision. Maybe that's my vision. Maybe it's not your vision. That, to me, is a team to build a future with. Like, it literally is. Obviously, I still want to buy a midfielder. I might still want to buy another midfielder. I might want to buy two midfielders. I certainly want to buy a right wing back. But it's more of a vision than what I saw last week. And hopefully we will see that. Anyway, get your comments in. What are your thoughts about my team? What are your thoughts about the team that he's going to predict? Give us your thoughts around that. Also, what are your thoughts about Bruno not being happy playing in the midfield? I mean, I find that incredible. We're not happy with Bruno playing in the midfield. He's not happy with Bruno playing in the midfield. So he's not happy playing in the midfield. So basically, we've got a manager who is putting a player there who doesn't want to be there, who fans don't want to be there. I mean, it just brings it home even more that if he loses his job, he's going to lose his job over something as crazy as putting one of your best players out of position. I just find it mad, absolutely mad. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno isn't happy playing there. I suppose Amorim might have said to him it's the only position you're going to play, because I really don't think he should be benching Cunha or Mbeumo either. But hey-ho. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe, everybody. We're back on the 10 o'clock UK show time. That's right. Then we've got the press conference with Amorim. So get involved with that. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Stay safe. I'll speak to you on the next one, and I'll look forward to reading your comments.